you. This is for all you ladies out there who like a bargain. And this is called Buy One, Get One Free, girls.
Hello, I'm Charlie and welcome to another episode of the Time Traveller Diaries. Now today we'll be going on the trail of the Blue Plaque Trail in Deal, Kent, England. Now if you're outside of the UK and you're unaware of the Blue Plaque system, basically if a house or a building has some kind of historical significance attached to it, it receives a blue plaque. This may be the birth of a celebrity, the death of a celebrity, or just some kind of historical significance attached to that particular location. So with that being said, let's get off to the locations. Now this is the High Street in Deal, Kent, and this is the home of composer John Ireland. John Ireland is known for compositions such as The Holy Boy and Love Unknown. As a student he attended the Royal College of Music in Kensington, England. He would later become a teacher there, teaching pupils such as Benjamin Britten, who would later become a composer himself. In 1926, aged 47, he married his 17-year-old pupil Dorothy Phillips, although the marriage was never consummated. In fact, none of John Ireland's marriages or relationships were ever consummated, leading many people to believe he was a closeted homosexual. But you can see on YouTube many people performing compositions of his. Now, John Ireland passed away in 1962, aged 82, in Sussex, England, from heart failure. We're now on the marina in Deal, Kent, and this is the former home of author JB Priestley, who is best known for the book The Good Companions, which he wrote whilst living here. You can see JB Priestley on YouTube introducing the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. In 1940, he did a series of radio broadcasts which are now regarded as war propaganda. He had several children, and one of his children is Tom Priestley, who is a film and sound editor. Tom Priestley was nominated for an Academy Award for his contribution to the movie Deliverance, starring Burt Reynolds. JB Priestley passed away in 1989, aged 84, and that's the wrong way around. He passed away in 1984, aged 89, in Warwickshire, England, from pneumonia. Now we're on Golden Street, and this is the former home of artist Edward Ardizzone. Now during the war he painted and drew many illustrations and paintings which I'll put on the screen for you now. He was also commissioned to do a portrait of the Prime Minister Winston Churchill, but he may be best known for illustrating books such as Stig of the Dump and an edition of J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan. Now sadly, Edward Ardizzone would pass away in 1979, aged 79, in Rodmersham Green, Kent, England. He also illustrated an edition of books by Graham Greene, including The Little Train. Now this is Griffin Street, and in this house in 1915 the playwright Stephen Phillips died. He was best known for plays such as Paolo and Francesca and Herod, a Tragedy. You can also buy books by him called Christ in Hades, for example. He also wrote the play Ulysses, and in 1902 Ulysses was performed at Her Majesty's Theatre in London with the royal family in attendance. We're now on South Street, and this is the house of Elizabeth Carter. She was born here in Deal in 1717, and she lived in this house. She was a poet, a writer, and a polymath. Now, a few paintings were done of her, but she didn't appreciate any of them. She said that they were far too idealistic. Now, Deal has only one secondary school. It's now called Goodwin Academy, but was previously called the Elizabeth Carter School after Elizabeth herself. She befriended Samuel Johnson and she edited his periodical, The Rambler. I would just like to briefly mention that we won't be covering all the plaques in Deal today because there are simply too many to fit into one episode. And we won't be including Carry On film star Charles Hawtrey, as we previously did a video on him visiting his house. So let's move on. Now we're on Victoria Road, and this was the former home of Thomas Hughes, who was an author, a lawyer and a politician. As an MP, he worked on trade union legislation, but he's best known for writing the book Tom Brown's School Days, which would be turned into a movie in 1951, which starred John Howard Davies. He would write the sequel, Tom Brown at Oxford, but this would be nowhere near as successful. He had 9 children, and sadly his daughter Lillian died in the sinking of the Titanic in 1912. He passed away in 1896, aged 73, in Brighton, England. Well, thanks for watching. That brings us to the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and feel free to check out our other videos. They may be of some interest. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page, and we'll see you next time on the Time Traveller Diaries.